Well, here's to hoping that my microphone sounds okay, because Audacity was screwing up, so who knows what my mic audio is going to turn out like. I think I've just scraped through at the end of this campaign. Please, 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 event. Oh, yes, okay. I haven't been able to play because my wrist's RSI's flared up because of my job. I really can't keep doing this job full time now. It's absolutely destroying my wrists. It's really affecting life. So this is a fucking problem, but that's a problem for another day. So, yep, I'm only just skirting in. So let's just quickly jump into...
I do hope the Knights of Favonius are all working.
And then we'll quickly jump into the quest. Yeah, I'm running out of friend spots, guys. I've only got 11 to go. And I don't even do anything with friends, so it's not the most useful. Oh my god. Okay. Hi. Oh, don't know what we need this for. Mora is definitely not the most useful thing you could give me. Permajumps, on the other hand, very useful. Thank you. Kind of weird, though. Oh, because Genshin Impact just won an award at the Game of the Year. That's right. It's the best mobile game. Yeah, cool, because we all play that on mobile. Yeah, that would explain why they're doing that. I totally voted for it from best mobile game, I'll admit. I did, even though I don't play it on mobile. I like Genshin. So, KK, Primagem galore. We'll take 1,300. What the... What are we on, 50-something now? 63! Oh, man. And I still haven't really made up my mind. I think I'm going to get Shunha, but I'm still not really 100% certain. I definitely don't want this new Aether guy because he's Geo, and I just, quite frankly, have a blanket ban on Geo characters.
We have work to do.
I just don't like them. So, number 3 would be you. A secret born from ashes. Oh my gosh, I must be shouting. My throat is hurting already. Let's drop the volume down a tad. You return to Dragonspine with your tale to meet Albedo at the encampment. The hitherto unknown secret may yet lie buried on this mysterious and perilous snowy mountain. What hitherto unknown secret? That makes absolutely no sense. The unknown secret may lie buried on this mountain. I don't know how to explain how that doesn't make sense. So something we don't know may or may not lie buried on the mountain. If it doesn't lie buried on the mountain, then why would you mention it? Therefore, it is buried on the mountain. Therefore, why would you use the word may? Wouldn't you just say the hitherto unknown secret yet lies buried? Anyway, ignore my grammatical... Oh my gosh, what's with the colour? What? That would explain why it looks like this, but I don't really know why it looks like this. What on earth is happening here? Oh my gosh. We didn't finish our storyline. We've still got to keep going with that one, don't we? Yeah. Whoops. Gotta get back to that one. Oh man. Anyway, where are we going for this? I absolutely do not remember. Dragonspine, that's right, Dragonspine. Why is it not telling me where to go up here? Didn't I hit navigate? Yeah. So why is it not telling me to go to Dragonspine? Normally it has like a thing on the corner, like when I... Oh, because it was... okay, it was behind these stupid things. That's why I couldn't see it. Okay, that does explain that. I was very confused for a second. I'm like, it always tells you where to go on the peripheral of the map. What is this? It's just, yeah, that reputation garbage. Entombed Sudi.
Snow that once adorned the world in silver, thaws to reveal the gleam of the fruit upon frost-laden branches. How picturesque. Only some tea would make this setting more complete.
I do hate to break it to you, but there's 0 fruit laden down on these branches, Ayaka. I don't really know where you're getting this fruit imagery from. Hi, I'm back. I don't really know why I'm back. I'm gonna be honest with you, because like from the traveler's perspective, we were kind of done. We didn't really solve the mystery, but there was no reason to come back since we left.
Traveler, Paimon.
Unless you asked us to come back.
I suppose your story is ready.
Yep. How about you? Do you need some more time?
I'm trying to remember what happened last week. Did we say that we were going to bring stories for one another? In which case that would mean we had a reason to come back. God, I don't remember how it ended. I remember the other Albedo was looking down from a height at Albedo, and Albedo was waxing philosophical with some words, but how did the traveler leave? We must have promised to tell each other a story. I don't know what of, but...
No need. I am also ready to tell my story.
I have to say, Genshin goes through one ear and out the other. I do not retain any of this information.
Paimon first!
Sure, if it's about your life story, because Paimon, we know jack shit about you.
Please, go ahead.
Okay, here goes.
But what about me?
Once upon a time, there was an evil researcher who went into the mountains and did a crazy experiment on whopper flowers to transform their appearance. After a lot of pain and suffering, the whopper flowers finally took on a human form. Then they stood by the side of the mountain to wait for unsuspecting bypassers.
I don't remember what's going on, so I don't really understand why is she talking about this. I'm going to just talk over her because she's speaking way too slow.
Some questions such as, who am I? Who are you? If the
bypasser got the wrong answer,
got
the
wrong
last thing they'll
answer,
make would be yelp for the whopper flower ate them alive in one
they'd
bite.
Ooh, truly frightening.
I'm not really sure why she's telling a story about the whopper flowers. Yes, Paimon is truly... She is indeed.
You two aren't scared at all!
Was I supposed to be? I'm sorry if my confusion is getting to you, Paimon, but I didn't find that scary in the least. Maybe I'm just really tough. I don't know. Maybe it's just a really bad story doll.
Don't go nitpicking, okay? If you didn't like the story, go write your own!
Ooh, in that case, I would add some horror elements in. I mean, if you're trying to scare somebody, why wouldn't you? After the whopper flowers eat someone, they would turn into that person. But that doesn't make sense in the current case because Albedo hasn't been consumed if we're trying to base this on realism. And then why would you give me two options? This is the thing I don't like about Genshin as well. They give you two options that are just continuations of each other. And if you click on either of them, it's just going to give you the same option. It's just... Why not just give you one option if they're only going to be one option?
In other words, the whopper flowers would ambush and then completely replace their victims.
But again, that makes no sense in regards to you. And then adopt their newfound identity. Sounds more like Dopplers, but sure.
And then what? Go back to where the person lives? Enter their home? Eat their whole family? Ah!
Seems kind of weird that whopper flowers are capable of it. Especially considering whopper flowers, even if they're enhanced, aren't capable of conversation, of words, of speaking. So to be able to consume a person and then suddenly gain comprehension of speech seems like a bit of a stretch, regardless of what kind of magic foolery is going on in the background.
Paimon made up this story.
It's a good story. Oh, may I write it down? I may bring it up in future conversations.
I don't really recommend it, but sure, you do you.
What for? Just to scare people with?
But it wasn't scary.
Yes.
You've got a real mean streak, Albedo.
So what's your story then?
Mine is a little longer than yours. It starts with an alchemist.
I really wish I remembered what this whole story business is because I'm completely confused. Obviously, he's going to start telling us the truth of his story. Well, more than he's already told us. A more detailed backstory for him, which is fine. But then why was Paimon, because I'm useless, making up some stupid story about a whopper flower that kind of links to what's happening but like totally doesn't? I don't understand why we were doing this. It just seems weird.
A great alchemist once created Subject 1. Subject 1 was her proudest achievement, and successfully blended into human society. No one ever would have thought that this friend of theirs was in fact a synthetic human.
I don't think that it should be Subject 1 that's her proudest achievement. The odds of somebody creating a perfect creation, sorry for the bad English, creating a perfect creation on their first try is nigh on impossible and never going to happen. You generally, like 9 times out of 10 or 99 times out of 100, you are going to need successive attempts to perfect what you're doing. Getting it so perfect on the first try that it's your proudest achievement is kind of slightly unbelievable. But we'll continue.
However, unbeknownst to Subject 1, the alchemist
Oh,
had
there
tried
we
the same
go.
experiment many times before he had come into being. Some of the rejects from failed experiments had been discarded, but had not died.
Thank God for that. That makes way more sense. So the question then becomes, why did the alchemist choose to call him Subject 1? Is it because she didn't want him knowing of her previous failures?
Subject 2 was one such failed experiment. He was swallowed by a great dragon that came to rest upon a snow-swept mountain. Many years later, he was resurrected by the dragon's mysterious power.
Oh, I thought you were saying earlier that Shit. 2 dragons. It's Dvalan, right? Durin, Dvalan. Fuck. Why do you give them so stupid similar names? Okay, I thought he was saying that the dragon was his brother. But now he's saying there's a dragon and the resurrected brother?
He saw all kinds of people on the mountain.
Okay.
Including Subject 1, who had somehow miraculously blended in among them. Never in Subject 2's wildest imagination had he thought it possible for experimental life forms such as they to deceive everyone so successfully. He saw the way humans accepted Subject 1 as a friend, witnessed their affection as they addressed him by name.
Question. How was Subject 2 a failure? You haven't actually explained what went wrong and how you are perceived to be, poor choice of words, but superior to him. Because you haven't really explained, so I don't really get why he can't do the same as you. Why he can't just stroll into society like you can. Like, what's stopping him? I'm not seeing the conflict, the complication.
This was what Subject 2 wanted. Now, all that Subject 2 desired was to replace Subject 1 and take the joy of his existence for himself.
I mean, I get how jealousy works, blah, 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 but still haven't answered why can't he just be himself? What's gone wrong that he can't just be himself?
This is giving Paimon the chills. So scary.
That's because you're like the equivalent of a 5-year-old Paimon. I'm not surprised it scares you.
Subject 2 began to unfold his plan. He stole Subject 1's books and notes, and studied all that Subject 1 had learned from the alchemist. Subject 2 was highly intelligent, and he learned quickly.
Somehow I doubt that Albedo wrote down everything that he learned from his master in his books. I'm pretty sure a lot of it would just reside in his memory, but sure, let's pretend it was all written down.
He changed his face into an exact replica of Subject 1's face. Then, he found a plant with mimicry capabilities, and transformed it using dragon blood and alchemy.
Sorry, I'm just rereading. He changed his face into an exact replica. Then he found a plant with mimicry, transformed it into what? I suppose just the abomination. Shit, what was it called? Fellflower? That we fought earlier. I don't like how the I was gonna call it Transformer God. I don't know where my brain is today. Clearly not on what I'm doing. The Traveler can, frequently has ellipses as a response. It's bad enough she doesn't talk vocally. To then have absolutely nothing to say in the conversation, why bother with this? Just click and let him say something else. It doesn't convey anything.
And so, not only did Subject 2 transform his own appearance to perfectly match that of Subject 1,
not perfectly.
He also created a third entity, Subject 3.
Yeah, well, Subject 3's dead, but not perfectly because he couldn't do the birthmark.
What? There's 3 of them now?
Wait, doesn't he have his own birthmark then? So Subject 3 won't have one because he wasn't created the same way. But where is Subject 2's birthmark, and why couldn't he transfigure his form to move it to his throat to mimic Albedo's? I'm sorry if I'm getting very deep into the biology of this magic, but shouldn't he have one? And could he not realistically move it if he's going to be shifting shape?
But Subject 2 wanted to become a perfected human. So, he erased a mark in both his and Subject 3's necks. For these marks were symbols of imperfection.
How? And I don't think the Subject 3 should have one because he didn't create Subject 3 the same way that Subjects 1 and 2 were created. He didn't shift and mold it out of nothing. didn't he just experiment on something that already existed? Or are you saying he created it from scratch out of dragon's blood and alchemy? I thought he was saying he changed something, but maybe he did say he was creating something. In which case, yes, it would have a mark on its neck. But how? How would you erase it? Would it hurt?
In my view, it was probably a subconscious act. An instinct.
I suppose if he's in a quest for perfection.
He so desperately craved to become a perfect human being that he forgot something. Human beings are defined by their flaws.
Yep. Very good point. Very good. So he wants to be a perfect human, but he doesn't understand the most basic thing about humans. That's a bit worrying.
Subject 2's plan was meticulously crafted. Subject 3 would draw Subject 1's attention. After Subject 1 disposed of Subject 3, he would assume the threat had now disappeared and would let his guard down.
Sorry, I really am not paying attention. So 3 would draw some attention. He would assume. Yeah.
The next moment that Subject 1 was alone, Subject 2 would make his move. He would eliminate Subject 1 and become the only one remaining.
Well, that's not true because we just left you alone and yet you're still here. So, false.
He would secretly replace the Subject 1 of everyone's memories and inherit his identity, residence, clothing, sword, name, and friends.
But the thing is, he's not taking on his personality. He's not taking on his own thoughts and memories, etc., etc. Because when he was pretending to be Albedo, we could tell that he wasn't Albedo. He didn't speak the same way. He didn't act the same way. He didn't have the same interests in conversation. Not conversation itself, but the topics of conversation and the flow of conversation. So it's really obvious when it's not the same person. How does he think he's going to secretly succeed at this?
People would have no idea that the individual they knew had become somebody else from one day to the next.
Well, I'm sorry, but the evidence in the games suggests otherwise. Oh, shut up.
But just before Subject 2 could carry out his plan, a unique stranger entered the mix. Subject 2 tried to make contact with this person, but found that they could somehow sense he was different from Subject 1.
But why? Subject 2 tried to make contact with this person. I would disagree. Oh, I wasn't thinking of the first instance when we were forced to interact. The second time. Okay, sure. Oh, we were a group though, so I don't know if that really counts after the cliff. But yeah, okay, cool. And yeah, it was kind of really obvious. And again, the ellipses.
What's wrong? Are you scared?
Do I look scared?
What happened then? What happened to the stranger?
Why are you, like, terrified and in suspense, Paimon? When you know quite clearly that he's just talking about himself. And it's not particularly thrilling or scary.
He became a new stage in Subject 2's plan. One more person that Subject 2 had to dispose of. It's as if there were 3 identical roses in a garden. Only one of the 3 was a fine specimen, while the other 2 were defective specimens that bore poisonous thorns.
So is the Fellflower? I don't remember what it's called now, if it was a Fellflower. The flower, is it still alive, or did we actually kill it? Because you keep speaking as if it's alive.
In all the world, only the gardener who tended to them could tell which was the good specimen. People do not like poisonous plants. Only a perfect rose can fetch a high price. If the inferior specimens wanted to conceal the fact of their worthlessness, they would have to take the gardener out of the picture, using their poisonous thorns. This is exactly what Subject 2 was thinking. So, he hid in the shadows and waited patiently. Maybe soon, he would get his chance to become truly human.
So that still leaves the question, what is he? What form does he take that he is not human? This is not just oh no fucking shit. Jesus Christ, are you whole got bricks for brains? These are real events. Albedo is trying to tell me the cruel and unbelievable truth. I just can't even. How can you not understand from literally his first sentence that he's talking about himself and the others around him when he's already told you so much about the truth of his life? What? Why are we all still thinking it's a story? Ooh, it's fiction. And you're trying to tell me the traveler is hundreds of thousands of years old, so she's not really a child. She must be really bright. I'm sorry, but she's also got breaks for brains.
That was intense.
It really wasn't.
So what happened after that? Did Subject 2's plan succeed? Paimon can't bear thinking about it.
Well, clearly not. If he's still in front of us, he's acting like normal albedo, and he's got the birthmark.
Fortunately, Meta is just a story. And even in this story, Subject 2 did not succeed. But you can never let your guard down on Dragonspine.
Technically, it's a backstory, although can you really consider a backstory if, like, the events just happened?
Monsters mutated with Durin's power and blood
Durin!
are
Oh,
also
my
creatures
God.
of Rhine-Daughter.
It was Durin, not
Just
the
like
Valon.
me. You must beware of all such creatures.
One of these days, I remember which damn dragon is which damn dragon. To be fair, though, we've never seen a Durin. Have we? Have we? I don't think we have. We've only seen Dvalin, but we fought Dvalin. Which seems weird because he's a nice dragon, but whatever. That's events from a year ago. We haven't met Durin. Wait, why monsters plural? I thought just Subject 3 was mutated by Durin's power and blood. Are you insinuating there's more than just one? Oh god. Don't say that. You're not a monster, you're my friend. Oh, just like me. I getcha.
I'm glad to hear that. It's okay. I know what I am. You and I are both different, so there is no need for me to hide the truth from you.
I don't think that should be the only reason you're telling me. You should be able to tell humans, and they're not going to react any differently to myself. I don't consider myself, the Traveler, different from other humans, despite the fact of a really weird history. So, what I'm trying to say is I don't think that my reaction's any different from a normal human being's.
The only thing is that sometimes, when I think about how mighty the power of alchemy is, I feel so small.
Isn't that a good thing? You're not overtaken by the arrogance and condescension of thinking that you know everything about alchemy and therefore the world. I think it's a good thing that you feel small.
As beings who set foot in this world, how arrogant are we in desiring to control our destiny and in desiring to create?
I don't think it's arrogant at all, on either of those points.
Is creation an arrogant act, Traveler? If not, why do we call the ones that created us and control us gods?
Is creation an arrogant act? So, fellow viewers who have children, how do you feel? Do you feel that you were arrogant for engaging in creation? What? You could have phrased it better than creation if you're talking about, like, even man-made still isn't the right word, but like man-made creation as opposed to like procreation, because that can be taken many different ways, Albedo, in which case you're very wrong. But still, I do not find creation an arrogant act. As somebody who is a creator, who writes, I don't find that arrogant. I just find that inherent.
If it is, then what qualifies us to call ourselves creators? How far must we take our reverence and respect? And what purpose does it serve?
I don't really see the purpose of reverence and respect because I possess neither, and it serves no purpose. How did you feel when you took out the imposter?
Nothing special. But
See, she says took out. Does you mean dead or just knocked unconscious and temporarily unavailable for battle?
whenever I think about it, I feel a twinge of grief.
Well, I wouldn't really call him your brother, subject number 3, because you're not technically you're not biologically related. It'd be more like a half nephew or something like that.
Poor Albedo.
He'll survive.
Hello? Traveler, are you here?
Yes.
Hey,
Why?
is that Amber?
Why are you back here?
Thought we might find you here.
Why are you back here?
We're here to deliver a message from Cyrus. There's gonna be a big event down at the base camp, and they want you there too, Traveler.
How thrilling.
Winter camp is nearing its end.
Thank God for that.
Apparently, even provisional instructors are required to attend.
Looks like we need to go, Albedo. Bye for now.
Oh, sure. Bye, Albedo. You just do a subject 3 by yourself, even though it could mean your death. We just go down the hill to this completely irrelevant event. Bye now.
Then I won't keep you. I have some things to attend to here, so forgive me for not seeing you down.
Don't worry about it. There have been no issues getting up and down the mountain recently.
Because Bennett's not with you. Oh, and the creature. Yeah.
Is everyone ready? Let's not keep them waiting.
Oh, do I have to manually go? Oh, okay. That's just the beginning. A secret born from ashes. Return to the adventurer camp. Again. Oh, hey, we need to build more, snowmen. We need one more, don't we? Didn't we need 4 total?